Very good afternoon to you. We are here at the CrossFit Fitness Center in Palawata, and we are here for the Super Week. Programs conducted by Sri Lanka Rugby together with World Rugby and Asia Rugby. And to start off these sessions of programs which will be carried out in the month of August is the Strength and Conditioning program. Joining me first today is from Singapore, Louis Chua. It's a very good afternoon to you, and thank you for joining us.
Sure, thanks for having me.
Tell us, Louis, something about this program to start it off. And you have been here, you have been traveling, I'm sure, to other countries as well doing these programs. Can you just elaborate a bit more on this strength and conditioning program?
Strength and conditioning has been a part of every sport and is needed in every sport. And in rugby, we recently, or over the last 20 years, have realized the importance of having strength conditioning and having the more important part of strength and conditioning towards just not on the field but off the field as well. We're more focused in the gym, we're more focused off field, we're more looking after the athlete and the well-being of the athlete rather than just running and playing the game.
Down in Singapore, do they concentrate a lot on strength and conditioning? How has it progressed over the years? And earlier I also spoke to our colleague from Japan. And at what age do they start off in Singapore focusing on strength and conditioning?
Strength and conditioning in Singapore has started more vigorously over the last 5 to 6 years. We are still very new to the concept of strength and conditioning. And we are trying to grow that extensively more. With the players and the sort of players that we get in Singapore, we tend to start at a later age at about 17 or 18, being that because there's a gap or because they're not as mature in the game of rugby, we don't put in strength conditioning work earlier. And this is specific for rugby, but we do strength conditioning for other sports a little bit earlier.
Down in Singapore, is there a lot of young players, girls or boys who are picking up the game, who like to play the game? How is rugby in general progressing in Singapore?
Definitely, it's great. We actually have up to 8 academies now, from 3 years old all the way to 16, 17, 18 years old, with academies that help build up that progress through rugby. It is definitely growing. We have 3,000 to 4,000 kids now under the age of 12, just doing rugby in general, and that's great.
Can you tell us a bit more about the program here in Sri Lanka, and how has it progressed so far? It's a 3-day program, if I'm right, 4-day program here. And so far, how have you seen the participants, and how has been the outcome?
Okay, we're into day 3 of the 4-day program. The outcome's been great. Sri Lanka's knowledge in strength and conditioning is actually very good. So what we can do is that we actually get to impart a little bit more technical knowledge and technical information for the coaches themselves. Whereas it depends on countries, usually we kind of lower down the technical aspects and making sure they get everything right. But in Sri Lanka, the coaches here are actually very knowledgeable and they understand a lot about strength conditioning. So that's great.
You have been to several countries. I hope. How often does World Rugby or Asia Rugby conduct these programs generally?
I think it depends on Asia Rugby itself and what countries need it. But I would say maybe 5 or 6 programs a year, strictly on strength and conditioning. But they get plonked out all around Asia, so people can travel in to the countries itself.
That is Louis Chua for you from Singapore. Is down here for a few days for this training and conditioning program. How has your stay been so far in Sri Lanka? Are you enjoying the weather? It's rainy out there. I'm not sure you had some time to go about because of the rain.
Actually, it's my first time to Sri Lanka. I've never actually been, so it's been good. Last couple of days, it's been nice. Weather is very similar to Singapore. Our weather in the tropics is always the same. It's always either hot or rainy, or hot and not rainy. So hopefully today we're ending a little bit early, so we can head down to town and check out Colombo.
Thank you very much for sparing your time with us. Hope you have a successful program, and wish you a safe journey back to Singapore tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Great, thank you so much. Thank you for Sri Lanka Rugby Union for having us.